had an idea of what I would find here: stillness, simplicity, meditation. The philosophy I had read about for so long. A philosophy where they don't worship or perform rituals, but just look within, meditate. I thought Ladakh would give me a glimpse into that culture. I was wrong about everything. I didn't go to Ladakh looking for adventure. I went looking for something peaceful, not for a view or to relax, but something deeper than that. To explore a philosophy where I could connect with, to explore a culture that had held on to something that the rest of the world had already forgotten. The philosophy to look within. What I found was something else. Ladakh has become an adventure destination. People's bucket lists, bike trips, Instagram reels, adrenaline rush. I don't say this with judgment because, although for a totally different experience, I too have reached here by traveling. The mountains, they don't care why we are here. They are just there, breathing and living their own existence. It's us who trouble them, pollute them, harm them. The Buddhism I found in Ladakh was not the Buddhism I had studied about. There were malas, mantras, prayer wheels, and rituals. And I was confused because the Gautam Buddha I knew walked away from rituals. He said, "Don't follow anyone or anything blindly. Look for yourself. Don't worship the finger pointing at the moon. Look at the moon." I wanted to ask someone, a monk probably, to know more about this. But being an introvert, I just stood there, watching. The way I've always done most things in my life. I waited and I watched in silence. I had assumed that a Buddhist culture would be purely vegetarian, and it surprised me that they ate meat and eggs. Every assumption I carried into Ladakh was quietly and politely proven wrong. And then I saw them, locals performing a ritual that I don't have the right words for, pushing their bodies to the ultimate limits at that temperature and that altitude. My first feeling, and I am not very proud of this, was pity. I looked at them and thought, what are they doing to themselves? What does this give them? It didn't leave my mind for a long time. The dust on their bodies, the tiredness in their face, and their deep faith. Something moving through them that had nothing to do with how tired their legs felt or how thin the air was. They had surrendered completely to their divine, to their God. And standing there, confused and searching, I felt something I didn't expect. I felt envy. Not pity, but envy this time. The quiet, aching kind. Because I have read about surrender. I have been advised by my guru so many times to surrender to the divine. I have known it in theory and in philosophy for a long, long time. But I have never, not once in my life, been able to give myself to anything like that. To believe in something and surrender the way these people are. That's what Ladakh showed me. Not what Buddhism is, but what I am not. Ladakh is not a destination. A destination is somewhere you arrive click pictures, and leave. But Ladakh changed my view on faith and devotion. It got inside me and rearranged things, crushing my ego. The tourists will still keep coming. The bikes, the photos, the adventure packages, all those things will keep happening. And the mountains will eventually change into something totally different, unrecognizable. But the monasteries will still keep their silence. The prayer wheels will still keep spinning long after every one of us has left. And somewhere on a road in a time so different from ours, someone will rekindle another's faith, their body covered in dust, with their tired eyes, faith and devotion unbreakable in their chest. I went looking for the Buddhist philosophy and culture. I found faith so deep and surrender so strong that I connected with my divine. Om Tat Sat.